Hello, everybody. All right, so I wanted to take a few minutes to talk about your relationship with yourself. So I really feel like our self relationship is one of the most important relationships we can have. Yes, your relationship with your spouse is important, with your children, with your family, with your friends, with your community, but really the relationship with yourself is the most important, in my opinion. Because if you don't have a good relationship with yourself, how can you have a good relationship with other people? If you have a lot of self doubt and limiting beliefs, if you don't believe in yourself, if you don't feel yourself worthy, how can you feel like you can approach other people and really be invested in other relationships if you can't figure out your own relationship with yourself? So, probably in about 2014 is when I really started working on my relationship with myself. I got a life coach. I took some life coaching seminars. I did some deep dives into what was holding me back and who I was and why I was and where I was and just everything. And I got really deep and really, really gritty. And it really sucks doing that work. It hurts. It's hard. It's sad at times. But in the end, it is very, very rewarding because when you do that work and you see how far you have come in that period of time, it feels really good. So I feel like getting a life coach was one of the things that really changed my life and really got me on the path that I'm on now. Another thing is honoring yourself and honoring what your body needs. I haven't always been good about honoring myself. For a long time, I sought out validation, like external validation. So validation, this was pre-meeting my husband, but validation from other relationships, other men, validation with, buying clothes or, buying shoes and things like that. And yes, I still enjoy buying nice clothes and I love earrings. And so I will spend some money on those. But I don't need my validation outside anymore because I've figured out myself and I really know how to validate myself inside. And it can be hard sometimes, especially I feel like in the culture of our society right now, to really love and accept who you are and accept what you believe and accept, your core values and your morals. When maybe you have people all around you who are challenging what your core values and your morals and your beliefs are. So being really strong in who you are is important as we navigate the culture of society. So all that self-work I did starting back in 2014 has really made me a stronger person now as I navigate everything with my beliefs and with who I am. And I stand firm in what I believe. And it's not always easy. And self-care and self-worth and self-value isn't easy work. Self-care is maybe the easiest one. I'm pretty good about knowing what I need for self-care. And I know when most people talk about self-care, they really think it's, getting massages and bubble baths and drinking a glass of wine and all that kind of stuff. And that is definitely self-care. I try to do a massage. It was monthly, but it's going to be more now since I'm training for an Ironman. So I try to do a massage. I'm going to try to do it every other week. I do a float tank. My husband and I go to the soak and sauna place here. I get adjusted. I sit in our sauna at home. I go outside. I walk my animals. I do a lot of self-care. I exercise a lot. So I do a lot of self-care. But self-care is also maybe knowing your finances and balancing your checkbook, if that's even a thing. I honestly don't even remember the last time I balanced my checkbook. With online banking now, you don't really need to. But maybe you like everything nice and neat. So maybe balancing your checkbook, knowing your debt to income ratio. Maybe self-care to you looks like making sure your car is in tip-top shape all the time and having a full tank of gas 24/7. I don't know. Self-care is so different for everybody. So I would invite you as you're learning about yourself and learning about who you are and really stepping into your power, that you figure out what your self-care looks like, what lights you up, what makes you feel good. And for me, sometimes it's massages and bubble baths, and that is okay. Self-care can look like that. But other times it's making sure my closet is picked up, which isn't all the time, but making sure my clothes are hung up, making sure there's not clutter on my counters in my kitchen. Like, that's self-care for me as well, because it doesn't make me feel good when there's clutter and when my counters have crap all over them. And it doesn't make me feel good when my space is chaotic. And right now my space is a little chaotic, just because we're building a house and there's a lot that goes on with that. And so just I'm packing things up, and even though it's not ready to move into, I'm packing stuff up. So there's a little bit of chaos, but at least I know the end goal of that chaos. So what does self-care look like to you? And what is your relationship with yourself like? And do you love yourself? There was a long, long time when I really didn't love myself. It took a lot of work to love myself and to be okay with who I was, and to have peace with my past and have peace with the person I used to be. And I always tell people, I really wouldn't change my past. Yeah, there's some trauma. There's some things that, I'm not ashamed of, but I'm not necessarily thrilled that happened. But my past has made me who I am now. So I'm at peace with everything that's happened in my past. And I would invite you to sit down and just really do some deep diving exploration into your past and into, who you were then and who you are now. Figure out your love language. If you've never done your love language, know how you need loved. Like, I know my love languages. My husband knows my love languages. I know his love languages. He knows his love languages. So we know how to love each other best. And I'm telling you, it doesn't always work still, but knowing what you need is important in everyday life. And knowing who you are helps you stay rooted and grounded in your beliefs. So do some work. Figure out who you are. Figure out what you believe. Figure out what you stand for, because what you stand for can be something that's very, very, very powerful. All right, everybody. Well, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your evening, and I will see you next time.